4th of July weekend is just now a few days away. You may be already getting ready for the celebration and hopefully with warmer and drier weather and of course watching those fireworks. But capturing pictures of the fireworks can be a real challenge. Consumer Reports found a few simple ways to instantly improve the quality of your firework photos, and all you need is your digital camera and some time to experiment. Here to help us now is Terry Sullivan, and Consumer Reports associate editor. Hey Terry, so digital camera, that means not from my phone, right?
Well, you could use your phone as well. The important thing to keep in mind, though, is that taking fireworks where they're very dramatic photos, it is a little bit tricky, basically because, in part, you're shooting the light itself. So instead of subjects illuminated by light, you're actually shooting light, and it's also in at nighttime generally, so it's dark. So you want to, really understand that it's a little bit tricky, and one thing that you'll really want to do above all is just keep the camera stable, either putting it on a tripod or putting it on a table or something stable so that it doesn't move around.
Now, what if you do have a digital camera that has a number of settings on it? And I know I've seen some settings that actually show a figure of some fireworks. Can you use those? Are those pretty foolproof, you think?
Yeah, those are generally you'll often want to just experiment beforehand, but those are called scene modes, and they have firework scene modes. So basically that will automatically put it into the appropriate setting, which means a long shutter speed, low ISO, and so on. And that automatically gives you the type of camera, the type of setting you'll want to use. Other times to get even more control, you might want to try a manual mode, which actually lets you change the shutter speed. So you'll put it on like 2-second, 3-second shutter speeds, and then try that out. So each shot, though, you'll want to make sure that you adjust your setting appropriately. If it's too short, you won't get a dramatic effect enough. If the shutter speed is too long, you'll get these big blobby, glows of light, which can be cool, but, maybe you're not going for the psychedelic look.
So what about, and I like this one tip you had, is include something else in the photo to give it, to add some context, right?
Sure, exactly. Context. For instance, like in New York City, they'll often shoot the fireworks over near the Brooklyn Bridge or the New York City skyline. That gives it, a location, where you are. Plus, it also sometimes gives you a little bit of scale, particularly for New York City. The dramatic shots of the fireworks can really, they're really large. So that scale gives you some context and just makes more interesting photo. It's not just abstract.
One of the things I like is you said experiment with some effects, some photo effects, which you would tend to think, sure, well, the fireworks are dramatic enough. Why would I need to add any photo effects? You're saying they can actually enhance a photo and make it look even better than it is.
Right. Sometimes because you're shooting light, and light can be kind of tricky in terms of how the camera's going. Whoa, I don't know. I usually shoot people. Basically, you can increase, for instance, the color, the saturation, and the hue of the color. So that's another tip to really look at. And you'll actually do that a little bit more because you're just shooting pure light.
That's amazing. Terry, thank you so very much for this great list of tips. I think a lot of people will be thinking about this on Saturday night. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Terry.
Have fun.
ConsumerReports.org. You can find other tips there.
It is a law now in New York State to say ooh and ah.
Right? It's a law, but I think most people can't even help it. It's just so amazing when you look up. Yeah, it is. It's a right. It's your right as an American to do that.
And I will make you do it if you're sitting near me on the 4th of July.
The fireworks will go up and Jen will look at you and go,
I didn't hear an ooh. I didn't hear an ah. Will you ooh and ah about the forecast, though? That's the question.
Yeah.
Will it be delicious? Marty's favorite word to describe a good day. That is the question. We'll check in with him next.
That's not so...